Now for the track guide. Before starting, if you want to improve at a quicker pace, check out GitGUDRacing.com. I have a lot of courses that I can help you with. Now going into this track guide itself, turn 1, super important, it leads to a decent straight. Our reference for braking will be the 150. So before the curve, before the 100, you're gonna be start applying the brakes. Super important to brake in a straight line and use this curb. This curb is not very tall, so our efficiency under braking won't be affected, but at the same time, you need to keep your steering wheel straight so that most of the braking force and most of the pressure that we're putting into the tarmac is directed towards the braking and not turning. So keeping the pressure engaged, you will be turning into second gear into this corner. Super important to get as close as you can to this stick here on the right side at the apex and take a late apex. The moment that you're at the stick, you should be pressing the throttle quite aggressively using all this space here. This is not an off track. And now we're heading towards turn 2. Turn 2, way different. This is a medium to high speed corner. So after the 100 board, so middle of 150, 75, you're going to be braking on this curb, going to be braking in fourth gear. You want to peak the brakes harder initially so that you put a lot of weight on the front end and then release quickly into trail braking. So you shouldn't be holding high percent braking too much because you really want to just instantly shift that weight to the front and be disruptive with your weight transfer. Then you'll be turning with lower percent trail braking so that you won't overload the front tires, so you'll have a lot of front end, once again very close to the stick. And then the moment that you're passing the stick, you should be pressing the throttle quite aggressively using all the space. This is not an off track. Now this corner right here could be very difficult because the reference is not as clear. So you should be dropping the throttle, getting the first apex here right before you're positioning the car, dropping the throttle, add a little bit of brakes, make the car stay in the center of the track. Notice this orange part of the wall and the exit concrete road on the right side. And when this orange part of the wall stops being in your vision here on the right side, that's the moment when you're pressing the throttle, you're aiming towards this exit concrete road on the right side. This one here, you want to put your tire on it and on this AstroTurf here, keeping the throttle pinned, and your position should be in the center right. So don't have the car in the center on the entry of this corner because it will be very difficult. If you're on the left, the corner is completely screwed. So stay in the center right, you'll have time to position on the right side. Before the 50, you should be braking. You see that you're braking and positioning at the same time, so it's still tough, but this is the faster way around the corner. Using this curb to open up the track, once again, this curb won't be an impediment for the braking. It will actually allow you to open the track and carry more speed. And now going into trail braking in third gear, make sure you're not braking very hard into this corner. You're going downhill and the likelihood of having the ABS kicking in is quite high. So make sure you're not pressing the brakes very hard. Brake early and softer, that's the way to go. Don't cut this yellow anti-curb, it will just make you lose time. You won't be able to press the throttle. Instead, apex around the white and red curb. When you're hitting it, you should be pressing the throttle aggressively using all this space here. It's not an off track. And now we're just shortening the distance, making almost like a straight line towards here, apexing around this curb and now going diagonally. Before the braking, you should be looking at the 100-meter board or that yellow banner on the top. You want to brake slightly past it, braking in a straight line using this curb. Very important to slow the car down a lot initially so that when you go into second gear close to the apex, you have enough front end and your speed is low enough so that you cut completely this curb, just like that. Go completely over it, push the throttle once you go out of it. And then for this corner with 100% throttle, you will turn, you will drop the throttle, so you will have a bigger weight transfer going from 100 to 0 and then putting the throttle back in. So you see just a lift, cutting this curb so that we minimize the distance travel. And for this corner, the moment that you arrive at the curb, first you're going to start turning and then you're going to be applying the brakes. So reference for braking is arriving at the curb and turning the car. Then you're going to be braking in third gear, holding the trail brake up until you get to the beginning of the curb. Push the throttle early in this corner, so way before the stick, push the throttle aggressively just like this. But make sure you're modulating in the top end so that you won't run on the yellow anti-curbs. These are just lap time killers and you can also damage your car if you go too fast. So make sure you're avoiding them. Then this section here is completely blind for some of you. If you don't have triples, this will be very difficult, but stick with me, we will nail it. So what you want to do here is start to do a lift, drop the throttle, bring the car in the center of the track, and then from this center position you should be looking and try to glance at this curb. You will just be following with your eyes. You will be holding the trail brake. As the curb starts to appear more and more, you will turn more into the corner. When you see the stick, you should be aiming at it just like this, and then pressing the throttle. You have to modulate once again so you don't hit this yellow anti-curb, so make sure you're doing that. And by the way, this lap was done with the fixed setup. If you want to go even quicker, I highly encourage you to check Go Setups out. They have amazing setups, fast, and we also have a 10% discount code here on the channel. But going now into the last corner, what you want to do here is bring the car in the center of the track. The moment that you have it in the center, you're going to start applying the brakes. Enter gear going into second, low percentage trail brake, but hold it for longer. And then once you see the yellow anti-curb, you should be pressing the throttle. Your goal is to actually apex at this white part on the curb, this one, just in front of the car, where my mouse pointer is. Cut it just like that, so cut that curb late. You need a late apex. Keep the throttle pinned, and that's the lap. So hope you like it, hope you enjoy it. If you want to improve at a quicker pace, check out GITGUDRacing.com, Go Setups, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next one. Bye bye.